tournament here hosted at Burlington High School as the Lady Cats got the victory in their opening round game. That was a 57-30 win for the Lady Cats against the Rock Creek Mustangs. The Lady Cats will be back in action again on Friday night here at Burlington High. The 6:40 game. We've yet to get a final on that other game across the way. Independence and Paola, they'll take on the winner of that game right here. But we're ready for boys action now as the Burlington Wildcats match up from their number 2 seed position with a 7-1 record, taking on the Prairie View Buffaloes, a team they saw to open the season in Pioneer League action back on December 1st. They got the victory on the road at Prairie View that night, but Prairie View has come on since the Christmas break, returned one of their starters who was missing, number 4, Justin Scott, back in action for the Buffaloes now after a football injury, and he adds to that lineup. So the Wildcats and the Buffaloes ready for the tip-off, and we are underway with the tip. Garrison Fiedler controls, gets the ball in the hands of Jace Watkins, and the Wildcats will start it out. Nordstadt with the dribble goes to Brogan. Shot away is no good. Rebounded out of there into the hands of Walker. And the Buffaloes will bring it up court. Fiedler couldn't hit that first shot of the night. They dribble drive down low, up and in. Number 33, Jason Snyder gets the connection, and Prairie View breaks on top. Jeffers, ball in the far deep corner, but a bad pass turns it over into the hands of the Buffaloes. This looks like the start of our Lady Cat game when the Lady Cats could not get the offense on track. But the Wildcat boys were watching. They saw what happened to the Lady Cats. They don't want to suffer that same fate. But the Buffaloes turn it back over to Burlington. We're just underway, a minute into the contest. Prairie View on top, 2-0 here at the Burlington Invitational. Nordstadt back to Watkins. They'll spin it to Hess. Now Nordstadt from the corner, 3 away, no good. Jace with the rebound in the paint. His putback shot won't fall. He gets his second rebound, gives it up to Fiedler. That shot is short, no good, and the Buffaloes control. They'll bring it across the timeline in the hands of Garrett Scott, pinched on the far wing. They'll go down in the low corner. 3-ball is up and in by Blake Boddicker. Boddicker behind the arch for his first bucket of the night, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Buffaloes. Down low, they go to Fiedler in the paint. He'll kick it back out to Jace Watkins, top of the circle. Finds Hess at the dribble drive. Shot away, no good. Rebounded out of there to the Buffaloes again. Dribble drive in the paint, rolls off, and Garrison Fiedler boards up for the Cats. Nice job in the center for Garrison to come out with possession. Jace Watkins brings it down low. 3-point shot away, no good. It's out of bounds off of the Buffaloes, and the Wildcats will play it in under their own bucket. Nordstadt keys it up to Fiedler. Now at the top of the circle, they'll find Hess. Swing it around, and skip pass comes back to Hess. His 3 across the arch, no good, and boarded up. Boddicker controls. He'll bring it up court. Stops at the free throw line, has to give it up. Right wing now to the top of the circle. Boddicker behind the arch. His 3 this time is out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat ball. Blake Boddicker lit him up over at Prairie View that first game of the season. He put 37 on the board for Prairie View in their effort, but it was not enough. He didn't have enough teammate help to score in that contest that the Cats win. Good drive to the hoop, and the Cats get on the board with Garrison Fiedler's layup. The first 2 here with 5:18 left to play in this first quarter of action. 5-2, the Buffaloes lead it. 3-point shot, misses everything, comes up to Jace Watkins. And here come the Cats, down court, right wing. Nordstadt in the corner, feeds it inside. Fiedler puts the ball on the floor, has to give it back out, and stolen away by Scott. It's in the hands of the Buffaloes. They'll bring it up stopped at the charity stripe. They'll lay it down low, but a pass over the head of number 14, Walker. He couldn't control, and the turnover goes right back to Burlington. They trail at 2-5 here with 4:45 on the clock in this first quarter of play. Fiedler comes out to the top, takes an in-left pass, now goes back down to the low post. Double pick down in the paint. Hess is going to drive the lane off the board, up and in. Nice job that time taking Hess. He goes to the bucket. The defense backs off against Fiedler, expected the pass to go to him, but taken, puts it in the hole. Turnover by the Buffaloes. The Cats get it back here and a chance to take the lead. We've got a timeout on the floor here. A quick 30-second timeout by head coach A.C. Russell and the Prairie View Buffaloes here as they came out ready to play. They missed the between game, the halftime of the ladies' game practice opportunity. We didn't hear anything about travel problems or of the such, but they got here in time to come out before the contest to get ready to go. Maybe a little psychology stuff going on there, but they're ready to hit the floor, taking a 5-0 lead over the Cats. And now Burlington with the ball, a chance to take that lead back as they trail 4-5. From the timeout, Coach Russell giving his charges some information as they'll set in a 2-3 zone defense against the Wildcats. On the near side, Nordstadt goes over the top, back to Hess. They lob down low to Fiedler. Finds Jeffers in the lane. He's fouled from the backside. Number 11 picking up his first foul, and the first foul of the game. Garrett Scott whistled for the Buffaloes. Cats will play it in under their own bucket. They'll find Jace Watkins out at the top. Now back to Jace, skip pass over. They feed it into Fiedler. He's down on the lane, splits the defenders, rolls over, but he's fouled on the way to the hoop. That'll send Fiedler to the line for the Wildcats, and he'll shoot a pair. Number 14 picking up the foul. Mason Walker picks up that first personal, and Fiedler at the line. That one rims around and out. No good, but he'll stay there to pick up a second free throw attempt. Chance to tie the contest here at the 3:56 mark, and he does. It's a 5-5 tie. The Wildcats fighting back from that early deficit. Trying to steal the inbound pass, number 34, Connor Jeffers whistled for his foul. That's the first team foul on the Wildcats here. And the Buffaloes will play it in on the end line one more time. Trapped on the side. They'll put it back on the far wing in the hands of Snyder. Across the timeline. They go down low on the paint. They'll have to kick it out. Scott with a three from behind the arch. Garrett Scott lights one up, and they're back in the lead, 8-5 here with 3:35 on the clock. We're in action in the first quarter at the Burlington Invitational. The Burlington Wildcats and the Prairie View Buffaloes matching it up on the final game of the night here. 4 games in each of 2 gymnasiums as Nordstadt matches a three. Brandon from behind the arch ties it up 8-8. 3:03 on the clock. Down low and a block shot by Jace Watkins. Nice job as number 14 Walker was all alone in the paint when he got the in-left pass. And Jace came from the backside, slapping it out of bounds. It'll be Buffalo ball to inbound underneath their own bucket here with 3:06 on the clock. They'll inbound out to the far wing. Boddicker with the ball at the top side. Down in the lane, ball kicked out loose. They'll put it in the hands of Snyder. A three away is no good, and Nordstadt comes out of there with it. He's going to go to the hoop, but the ball blocked away out of bounds. Good defense by Dayton Snyder coming back, keeping good position as he blocked that ball away. It's out of bounds, still in possession of the Wildcats. As substitutes check in, Carson Byer and Jordan Torres in the lineup now for the Wildcats. Inbound, they'll go to Byer at the mark. Shot away, no good. A rebound by Connor Jeffers, and he's knocked to the ground. Number 55 just into the lineup is Riley Reinerson, and he picks up his first personal foul. Cats will play it in underneath their own bucket now. Watkins on the near side. 3-ball away off the rim, no good. Rebounded out of there to the Buffaloes. They'll up court, but a long pass goes off the end line. It'll be a turnover to the Wildcats. They'll work it in from the backcourt. Tied 8-8 here with 2:35 remaining in the first quarter of play tonight at the Burlington Invitational. Watkins up court, finds Meyer on the right wing. Now Jeffers left side. They'll skip pass over the top to Carson. He tries to feed it inside, but the ball tipped away and stolen out of there by the Buffaloes. They'll bring it across the timeline and work on the right side. Boddicker behind the arch, another 3 for Blake Boddicker, and that puts the Buffaloes up by 3. 11-8 with 2:02 left in the first quarter of play. Jace thought about the 3, picks up his dribble, finds Carson Byer on the right side. Back to Jace, his 3 behind the arch, matches it home, and Jace Watkins connects to tie up the score at 11. Pressure out behind the arch. They'll work on the right side. Boddicker picks up the dribble. Now comes near side to Scott. Puts ball on the floor. Back out. Scott fires off a 3-ball again. No good, but Reinerson chases it down. Ball tipped away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buffaloes. Nordstadt returns to the lineup for the Wildcats, along with McManus and the big one. It's Mitchell Taylor in the lineup now for the Wildcats. Boddicker behind the arch. Short off the front of the rim, but right there for the putback. Number 4, Justin Scott gets the chippy. And we've got a timeout by Coach Barrett. Not happy with the Wildcats giving up those offensive rebounds and that putback, which put Buffaloes in the lead. 13-11 here with 1:19 remaining in the first quarter action tonight here at the Burlington Invitational. And we have an update of the score from the other gym. In that contest, it was Paola victorious over Independence on the ladies' side, 51-48. So that will move Paola into Friday night's matchup with the Lady Cats and sends Independence against Rock Creek on Friday at the middle school. So that bracket is set, and we're back on the floor with the Prairie View Buffaloes leading at 13-11 over the Cats with 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. On the right side, Nordstadt now finds Byer, looking to the inside. They'll spin it around the top of the circle. Jace Watkins with the dribble at the top of the key. Looking inside to Taylor. He's covered up. How do you cover up a 6'11" guy? But they did it. Now Byer fires off a 3 and sends the Cats into the lead. Carson Byer, the last 3 made baskets by the Cats have been 3-pointers, and they lead it 14-13 here with 30 seconds remaining. Ball on the far side in the corner. Scott picks up his dribbles, plays it inside to Reinerson, and it's a block shot. Nice job by Big Taylor as he blocks that ball off of Reinerson's body out of bounds, and the Wildcats get it back with 19 seconds remaining on the clock. McManus will inbound in the backcourt to Jace Watkins. They'll set the play with 15 on the clock. Goes to Nordstadt, right wing. Back to Tegan Hess. Round the horn they'll go. Looking on the inside. Skip pass goes to Hess. 3-ball ball on the way. Hard off the rim. No good. Boarded by the Buffaloes. And that's the buzzer to end the first quarter of play with the Wildcats leading it 14-13 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. We're going to take it back to the station. A 1-minute break for our sponsors of Wildcat basketball here on the Dawg.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with speed clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat basketball on the Dog tonight. The Wildcats and the Prairie View Buffaloes matching up in their first round games of the Burlington Invitational. And at the end of the first quarter, it's the Wildcats 14, Buffaloes 13, as they have traded baskets back and forth throughout the contest. Lead pass down low. Shot deflected there by Big Mitch Taylor. And Jace Watkins comes out of there with it for the Cats. He comes down court, kicks it to Nordstadt. Ball loose on the floor. It's out of bounds off the Wildcats. And that'll be Buffalo ball. They'll play it in the backcourt as Garrison Fiedler and Connor Jeffers get set to check back on the floor. A steal by Hess. He comes down, left-hand layup, up and in. Jace Watkins deflected that pass. Teagan came up with the loose ball, and he takes it all the way to the hoop for the Cats. Across the timeline on the left-hand side, Scott comes across. Down low, they'll kick it back out on the top side. Scott, a three ball on the way, rebounded to Buffalo. Turnaround shot up and in by Boddicker. Blake Boddicker gets his 8th point of the night, and we're back to a 2-point margin, 16-15. Wildcats lead it here. 6:45 on the clock as we're just underway in the second quarter. Down low to Mitch. Nice lead-in pass by Watkins. Mitch Taylor takes the ball right at the bucket and gets his first score of the night. Dribble drive blocked away. Ball loose on the floor, back out to the Buffaloes now. They'll spin it on the right wing to Justin Scott. Picks up the dribble, comes near side to Garrett Scott. Back and forth they'll go. Boddicker at the top of the circle. Hess with the defensive assignment there. They'll spin it right side. Three-point shot on the way and finds a home. Garrett Scott with his second three of the night. And that ties us up 18-18 here at the 6-minute mark. On the far side, Watkins look down low. Now a skip pass comes over to Hess. Back out to Jace Watkins at the top. He's going to dribble drive the lane, but the ball tipped away off of the Buffaloes out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat ball underneath their own bucket. And Jeffers and Fiedler both return to the lineup now. First time the ball has stopped so they can get back on the floor. Inbound, they go to Jace. Three ball away, no good. Rebounded out of there to the Buffaloes. Ball loose on the floor. Jeffers dives for it. It's off of Prairie View, out of bounds, and it's Wildcat basketball. Nice job, Connor Jeffers, going for that loose ball. As he deflected it, it rolled off of a Buffalo, out of bounds. So inbound to Fiedler. Now finds Teagan Hess at the top. Back to Teagan on the near side, but we've got a push foul down low. That's Buffalo's number 3 with the foul. Zach Goff picks up his first personal and 4th team foul on the Buffaloes. Cats to play it in underneath their own bucket. Nordstadt looks for the cutter, goes to Jace Watkins from the top of the circle. A three away is no good. Scott with the board for the Buffs. He'll bring it across the timeline with 5:15 on the clock. Goff puts the ball on the floor with his dribble drive, cut off there. They look for the pick and turn, but no, in the way of that pass, Garrison Fiedler picks it for the Cats, gives it up, and Jace Watkins will bring it up to start the offense for Burlington. Goes off a Fiedler pick, now finds Jeffers. Back to Jace at the top of the circle. Connor's going to drive the lane. Good move to the bucket for Connor Jeffers, his first score of the night, and puts the Cats back on top. 20-18, Cats lead it. Goff with the dribble drive to the baseline, lays it off down low, but the ball loose on the floor. Jeffers comes up with it. We've got a reach-in foul. No, that's a timeout called by the bench. Coach Barrett saw the Cats were getting going to be tied up if he didn't get the timeout called. So once they got possession, they could call a timeout. Wildcats, as we'll keep it right here with the Cats leading at 20-18 over the Prairie View Buffaloes in this first round of the Burlington Invitational. 25th year of the Invitational, hosted here each year. A lot of great teams competing here over the weekend. Burlington girls ranked number 3 in the Capital Journal rankings that came out yesterday morning. They're also ranked number 6 in the coaches poll in Class 4A Division II. The Babette County women ranked number 4 in the state in 4A Division I. On the boys' side, the Babette County ranked 6th in the basketball coaches poll. Rock Creek and Burlington boys are also ranked in that top group of all basketball coaches. So we bring them in to bring it to you, and we've got a good contest here in the early going. Wildcats and the Buffaloes. Steal by the Cats. Jace Watkins goes up to get it. Releases to Torres, and the Wildcats bring it up. Jace down court, brings it off the side to Jeffers. He'll put it on the floor, skips it to Jordan. Torres shot away, no good. Rebounded out to Goff. He'll bring it up court, and a steal. Lead out pass ahead to Jace. Lays it up and in. Good job. Jace Watkins controlling his body. Lays it up, protecting the ball from the defender. Pressure in the backcourt. And a turnover gives that ball back to the Wildcats. It went off Riverson's hands, out of bounds, as the Wildcats will play it in on the side. Tegan Hess looks to inbound for the Cats. Can't find Fiedler now. They'll send it high out on the top to Watkins, and he'll play it around for the Cats. Back to Hess behind the arch. He'll dribble drive in the paint. Tries to get the pass back down low to Torres. It's out of bounds, and that turnover sends it right back to the Buffaloes. Cats lead at 22-18 over the Buffaloes. Down court on a 2-on-1 break, but the ball's knocked loose. We're going to have a reach-in foul. Torres back on defense, knocked the ball loose, trying to go for the loose foul on the floor. Taking Hess is whistled for his first. Only the second team foul on the Wildcats here with 3:25 remaining in the first half. They lead at 22-18 over the Buffaloes. Ball tipped loose, but back in the hands of Scott. He'll set the offense for the Buffaloes. On the right-hand side, travel turnover sends it back to the Cats. As wholesale substitutions check in, that's Carson Byer, Connor McManus, and Brandon Nordstadt back on the floor, along with the big guy, Mitch Taylor. We've got Taylor and Fiedler in, a pair of twin towers now for the Cats. They need to pound that ball into the interior here. McManus dribble drives, picks up the dribble, back out to Byer. He's going to drive it now, lays it up, and a block foul on number 55, Riley Reinerson. Picks up his second personal foul. And to the line steps number 4, Carson Byer, as he'll have 2 free throw attempts. Carson hit a three-pointer for the Cats in that first quarter, stands up to the line, gets that free throw to fall. As substitutes checking back in, number 23, Blake Boddicker. Levi Alcorn, number 40, checks in for Prairie View. Second free throw up and good by Carson. And the Cats extend that lead out now to a 6-point margin, 24-18, with 3 minutes remaining on the clock at halftime. That pass turnover, the Cats will take over now. They'll bring it across the timeline. Fire with the dribble. Looks inside, sees 6'5" and 6'11" at the post. Come on, Cats. Let's use some of that height. Fire came around the pick and hits a 2. Nice job there, Carson Fire, as his defender left on that pick and gets the bucket. Loose ball on the floor. Boddicker picks it up, comes left side now to Scott. He'll dribble drive the baseline, but a push foul. That's going to be Carson Fire picking up his first personal, the third team foul on the Wildcats. And Prairie View will play it in underneath their own basket. Garrett Scott to play it up as Bryson Craig checks in for the Buffaloes. High over the top, they'll bring it. Oh, and a reach-in foul. That's number 3, Brandon Nordstadt, got tied up on the inbound. Picks up his first personal. Cats up by 8 here, 26-18, as we approach the 2-minute mark of this first half. Driving the baseline, but didn't get the dribble down before he shuffled his feet. The turnover sends it to the Wildcats. They'll bring it across the timeline. Carson Fire with the dribble for the Cats. Goes to the left wing. Sees a pick both left and right. Step back 3 is on the way. Up and good. Carson Fire says, if you're going to leave me alone, I'm going to make you pay. And puts the Cats up by 11. 29-18 here with 2 minutes remaining in the half. Trapped down in the low corner. They have to fling it out. Boddicker chases down the loose ball. He'll take the dribble drive. Tipped away by McManus into the hands of the Buffaloes. Scott with the ball high over the top. Now to Brother Scott. Justin out at the top of the key. Minute 30 on the clock. Down on the low paint. They'll kick it out on the near side. Tipped ball. Nordstadt comes up with the steal. He's going to take it all the way. He's hammered before he can get the shot off. It's down on the floor. But he did a good job getting ahead of the defender. Number 24, whistled for the foul, is Bryson Gregg, his first personal. And with the 6th team foul, the Wildcats will play it in under their own bucket. Checking back onto the floor, Dayton Snyder into the lineup, a 6'2 senior for the Buffaloes. Nordstadt looking for the inlet. Couldn't get it to Garrison, but they'll find Fire behind the 3. He likes it. He loves it out there. Carson Fire, 3 3-pointers on the night. 13, his season high here in the first half of play. Skip pass goes to Scott on the far side. 3-point shot away, no good. It's Taylor there for the board for the Wildcats. Jace Watkins will bring it up court. Nordstadt drives, cut off. Down in the paint, and the ball taken away into the hands of Snyder. Right side, lofts ahead to Boddicker. Down low, under. Good teammate pass to Craig, and he finishes it off with the bucket, his first of the night. It's a 32-20 margin. The Cats up by a dozen here with 30 seconds remaining on the clock in the first half of play. Jace Watkins, a 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Boddicker boards for the Buffaloes. He'll bring it to the line. Back to Boddicker behind the arch now. His 3 up and in. Blake Boddicker in double figures with 11 points now. As it's back to a single-digit lead. 32-23. Nordstadt at the buzzer. That 3 is good. Count that for his second 3-point shot of the night. And the Wildcats go to the locker room leading it 35-23 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. What an exciting first half of action we've had here for Wildcat basketball. We're going to get our stats together, and we'll return after this 3-minute timeout.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts in Burlington and 97.7 The Dawg invite you for some action on ice as the Topeka Roadrunners battle it out for victory. We're giving away 2 tickets on Tuesdays for hockey at its finest at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Get signed up for your chance to win tickets at U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts, 401 Garrettson in Burlington. For home game dates and times, go to Topeka Roadrunners on Facebook.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net. The staff at Diners Cafe, located at 1020 North 2nd Street in Burlington, wants to say thank you to our customers for their patronage. If you haven't been in yet, come give us a try. We believe you'll be pleasantly surprised. We strive to provide you with a total dining experience, great service, wholesome eats, and a comfortable atmosphere. Diners Cafe, we're happy to be a part of Burlington and Coffee County. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn. Proud to support USD 244 activities.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat basketball on the Dawg. We're here at the halftime with the Wildcats leading the Prairie View Buffaloes 35-23 at the halftime break. Buffaloes started out, scored the first 5 points of the contest on the Cats, and then the Wildcats cut back on a 5-0 run to tie it up 5-5. The teams traded 3-pointers back and forth the rest of that first quarter play, and the Wildcats took a 14-13 lead at the first break in the end of the first quarter. Wildcats got the motion going in the second quarter. Defense stepped up, and they outscore Prairie View 21-10 in that second quarter of action, and lead it at the break by a dozen. Leading scorer for Prairie View, Blake Boddicker, 3 3-pointers for the junior, as he is in double figures with 11 tonight. 6 points from Garrett Scott, then 2 each from Bryson Gregg, Dayton Snyder, and Justin Scott for the Buffaloes. On the Wildcats side of the ledger, 2 points each from Connor Jeffers and the big guy, Mitch Taylor. Good inlet pass down under the bucket. He just turns and up and in with the shot for his first bucket of tournament time. 3 points from Garrison Fiedler as they've had a hard time getting the ball into Garrison. Buffaloes know the power of Garrison down in that low post as their defense is packed in tight. 4 points from Tegan Hess, 5 on the night from Jace Watkins, 6 for Brandon Nordstad, a pair of three-pointers. In fact, the Cats have hit 6 three-pointers in this first half of play. 3 of those coming from Carson Byer. He also connects from the floor and a pair of free throws on his way to lead the Cats in double figures with 13 points for Carson Byer tonight. So the Wildcats go to the halftime break. Coach Barrett not happy with the intensity they played with in that first quarter of action. But he got them fired up, and he's got to keep them alive here in the third quarter when they come back out on the floor to keep those numbers moving for the Wildcats. Bringing an update on the tournament action so far this afternoon. In the girls bracket, number 1 seed Lafayette County takes Prairie View 71-25 in that opening game for the Grizzlies. Number 2 seed Burlington, a 57-30 winner over Rock Creek, and they will match up to play Paola. Paola, the 6th seed, took out Independence, a 51-48 contest over in the middle school at the same time the Lady Cats were playing here in the high school. So Paola will move on to match up with Burlington, the 6:40 game on Friday night. On the other side of the bracket, it was Sabetha over Iowa, 40-27. So that will pair up Lafayette County and Sabetha, 3:30 contest in the high school gym on Friday. Over in the middle school, that'll find in the consolation side of the bracket, Prairie View and Iowa at 3:30 Friday. Independence and Rock Creek have the 6:40 game in the girls' bracket. In boys' action earlier this afternoon, the 5:05 game, it was Sabetha winning 68-52 over Iowa, and Paola taking out Lafayette County, a 51-44 victory for Paola as they move into Friday night's 8:15 contest. They'll take on the winner of this Burlington Prairie View matchup. Sabetha will take on the victor of Rock Creek and Independence. That game going on right now over at the middle school. Rock Creek, the number 1 seed, at an 8-0 record, matching up with Independence at 1-6 on the season in the boys bracket. If that game concludes before ours, we'll have a final score for you and the matchups there. Lots of good action here at the Burlington Invitational. As we said, it is the 25th anniversary of the Burlington Invitational. Started back in 1994 here for a January tournament. And a lot of great players coming through the Burlington tournament time here, moving on that we've been able to see. And again, this year, some of the state leaders here at the tournament would include Rock Creek's big scorer, Vaught, as he averages 19.3 points on the season each game. Fiedler from Burlington with a 16.4 scoring average, and Jace Watkins averaging 14.8. Also from Rock Creek, Zinger with a 14-point average. And from Lafayette County, one of the higher scorers, Relaford, held in check tonight in their game as Lafayette County lost that contest, but Relaford is averaging 23 points a game. We'll have a chance to see his games on Friday and Saturday. On the girls' side, leading scorer in the local area, Kirsten Young from Burlington, averaging 22 points a contest here for the Lady Cats. She had 27 tonight. And for Lafayette County, one of the leaders in state scoring average is young Greg for Lafayette County, as she is on a mark with 27.8 points per game. Last year, Greg had a great tournament as she scored 96 points in the 3 games, only 1 point behind Sarah Allen's record set in 1997. Greg also, in 3 years of tournament action here, has totaled 225 points to be the all-time leading scorer, and she'll just add to that mark with a 3-queen set this season. The boys are back out on the floor. We're ready for some more action as the Wildcats lead at 35-23. We are underway with the Cats with the ball. Whistle and a foul stops action down low. Number 23 with the push. No, that's 24. Bryson Gregg picks up his second foul as he pushed Connor Jeffers. That foul, the first of the second half. Cats with the ball in the hands of Jace Watkins. Now back to Nordstadt. He'll dribble in the lane. Floater lays it up. Nice soft touch. And Brandon Nordstadt gets the fall. He's got 8 points and extend that Cat lead now to a 14-point margin. Pressure by the Wildcats. Scott brings it across the timeline for Prairie View. Gives it up to Boddicker. Picks up that dribble on the far side. Out here to Craig. He'll drive the lane, lays it down low. A push foul. That may be Connor Jeffers holding down low, and in fact it is. Connor picks up his second personal. And the Buffaloes will play it in underneath their own bucket now. They trail at 37-23 with 7 minutes remaining in this third quarter of play. Just underway here in the Burlington Invitational. Ball tipped away. Cats kick it out. Now we've got a official timeout. Stop clock. We've got an injured player on the end line for the Buffaloes, trying to chase that ball down as it went out of bounds. Head coach Russell down to give attention to his injured player. We're blocked from a line of sight that we can't see the number of the player on the floor. He's sitting up. He may have twisted that ankle as he was going out of bounds to try to collect the loose ball. And number 24 is the player Bryson Gregg, now back up on his feet. He'll come to the end of the bench as Coach Russell gives him some attention. It is Prairie View ball to inbound in front of their bench here as Boddicker takes the inbound pass and a whistle and a foul slapped on the arm. That's number 5, Jace Watkins, picking up his first personal and second team foul on the Wildcats. You want your defense to be aggressive but be under control. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's off of the Buffaloes, and it'll be Wildcat basketball. Nordstadt tipped the ball, but it went off of a Buffalo. Watkins on the inbound will bring it across for the Cats as high post Fiedler sets a pick. Jace goes by it. Shot away, no good. Rebounded, and out come the Buffaloes. Up court, Scott with the dribble. Picks it up on the near side. Now a bad pass, but it's intercepted by Nordstadt. Here he comes all the way off the rim and won't come home. Scott with the board brings it out for the Buffaloes across the timeline. He'll give it up on the right wing into the hands of Snyder. Down in the paint. Gets Fiedler in the air. A whistle and a foul. Boddicker scores the bucket, and he'll go to the line to attempt the three-pointer the old way. Connor Jeffers is whistled for the foul down in the paint as Carson Meyer checks back onto the lineup for the Wildcats. Carson, a big, big first half with 13 points to lead the Wildcats. Stepping to the charity stripe, number 23, Blake Boddicker. He's averaging 20 points a game. He's already got 13, but can't connect on that first free throw attempt. Nordstadt behind the arch, a three. It's short, follows, drives and lays it up in. Got his own rebound for Brandon and scores the bucket. In double figure now with 10 points for the Wildcats. Pressure by the Cats out behind the arch. Scott with a three on the way. No good. Rebound down low. No, we had a whistle and a foul on the rebound attempt. That foul whistled up on number 33 is Dayton Snyder. He picks up his first personal as he and Jace Watkins got tied up. The Prairie View fans behind our location saw it a little differently, as you would imagine. but move on and play. Watkins, ball back in the hands of Byer. They'll put Carson at the top of the key. Feeds it inside to Nordstadt, back out to Jace. He's behind the arch, and another three-pointer for the Wildcats. 7 threes tonight for the Cats. And Jace with 8 points sends them to a 42-25 lead. Shot away, no good, and it's in the hands of Fiedler. Cats will bring it up. Across the timeline, this shot goes back to the Buffaloes. They'll give it up to Justin Scott now for the Buffs. Break the press. Down they go. Down low. Dribble drive to the hoop. No good on the shot. Block shot out of there by Fiedler. Nice job. Garrison went straight up. Kept his hands away from the body of the shooter. Tegan Hess with the drive. Can't get it to fall. And Justin Scott boards out for the Buffs. Down court, Boddicker gives it back out to Justin. On the far side, puts it in the hands of Snyder. He'll dribble on the top of the circle. Now gives it up to Justin. Near wing, Scott with the ball. They're just playing with the ball out around the circle. Not much offensive movement. Pass down low, block shot, and Fire comes out of there with it for the Cats. He'll feed it to Jace Watkins on the right wing. Back around to Carson. He's going to be a cutoff on the drive to the baseline. They'll feed it in, but tipped away. Couldn't get it in the hands of Fiedler as Garrison has been held silent. Only 3 points on the night for the big guy. Steal by Jace Watkins. He's going to go coast to coast. Blocked out of bounds. Nice job on the defensive side as Garrett Scott cuts under Jace. Left it for Justin to block it out of bounds. And the Wildcats will play it in underneath their own baskets, leading 42-25 here as the clock is stopped with 4 minutes on the clock. Official wants to come to the scorers table and check to make sure they've got their numbers right. They were concerned about that score. They gave the Cats 3 points on that last shot by Nordstadt instead of 2. So it should be a 41-25 lead for the Cats. Whistle and a foul. Number 13, Jordan Torres, is whistled for the foul on the inbound play. Carson Byer cuts in front of the pass, and he gets whistled for a foul. Lots of whistle on the officials right now. And the Cats, 5 team fouls here. 3:55 left to play in the third quarter. The Cats with a 16-point margin here. They'll give the ball up on the near side to Snyder. Back out to the top of the keys. Justin Scott. Snyder back on the far side to Garrett Scott. His shot away is no good. Ball loose on the floor. Everybody down for it. Hess ties him up with the loose ball, and the possession arrow stays in the hands of the Buffaloes.
The My Town Media Station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock.
KSMP 97.7 Burlington. The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station. 97.7 The Dawg.
Left wing. Scott from behind the arch up for the three-pointer. Justin Scott now has 5 points for the Buffaloes. Substitute set to check back in for the Buffs. Number 5, number 55, ready to check in for Prairie View. Jess Weirs and Riley Reinerson. Hess behind the arch throws in the 3 from a long distance. Tegan Hess with 7 points now on the board for the Cats. 44-28, bad pass goes into the backcourt. It'll be a violation turnover, and the Wildcats will take control. 3 minutes remaining on the clock as substitutes check in. 42, Mitchell Taylor back out on the floor for the Cats. They like his big presence down low if they can get him to working on the rebound side, and also they like the offense. Keeps that ball high over his head. Nobody can go up and get it. He's got the opportunity. Skip pass all the way in the deep corner to Chase Watkins. His three on the way is no good, and a whistle on the rebound. That's Connor McManus. Whistle for his first personal, and the team foul number 6. Still 2:33 left to play in the third quarter here tonight at the Burlington Invitational. One more, that'll put the Buffaloes to the line on any subsequent fouls. Near side. Skip pass, they'll go in the corner to Justin Scott. He fires up another three. This one's short, and Chase Watkins boards out for the Wildcats. Up court quickly, they'll come. McManus back to Jace. Now they'll find Carson behind the arch. Thought about that three for a second. Pulls it back in. Said, let's run some offense. We've got the ball. The clock's on our side. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play at Burlington. Now back out to Carson. That three ball. It's all his. Fourth three-pointer of the night for Carson Byer. And the Cats extend that lead to a 19-point margin, 47-28. Mitch Taylor deflected that shot, gets the rebound, and here come the Cats. Up court to McManus, a three on the way. Off the rim hard, no good. Boarded out to the Buffs. And up court, right wing. Down low, dribble drive, shot is up and good. Filling the lane, Riley Reinerson gets his first bucket as he completes it for the Buffs. Byer at the top of the circle, skips left side. Now back they go inside to Torres, but we've got a whistle, a violation, 3-second call, as Torres was camped out down in that lane, moving sideways across it, but never did get out of the area. So the turnover sends it back to the Buffaloes with 1 minute on the clock in the third quarter, a 47-30 margin. Buffs have the ball and set their offense. Feed it inside low. Pass steal by Jace Watkins. Nice job, Jace got in front of that pass. Collects it for the Cats. They're looking on the inside, see if they can get it to Taylor. Now they lob it down low. Mitch put the ball off his hands, out of bounds, and that turnover will send it back to the Buffaloes. Clock stopped with 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play here tonight in the final game of the night here at the high school. Another game going on over at the middle school as the Wildcats with a 17-point margin waiting to find out who their opponent will be on Friday. They know it'll be Paola with a victory here. And in the other side of the bracket, Rock Creek and Independence are matched up over at the middle school. In the backcourt, Jace Watkins to bring it up, set that play for the end of the quarter with 15 seconds on the clock. Coach Barrett calling out the play. High post, looking for a pick on the right side. They'll put it in the hands of Nordstedt, dribble down the lane, fires up a shot off the board, no good. And the buzzer sounds. That's the end of this third quarter of play. And the Wildcats lead it 47-30 at the end of three. We're going to take a 1 minute timeout, a break for our sponsors, and we'll return with Wildcat basketball on the Dog.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Stop in at Hoover's Thriftway, your friendly hometown grocery store in Burlington, where this week you can get a free 5-pound bag of russet potatoes and a 1-pound bag of baby carrots when you buy a 2.5-pound or larger arm roast at $3.99 a pound. And to buy 8, save $8 sale. You can save $8 instantly at checkout when you mix and match 8 participating craft items. And also a 10 for $10 mix or match sale. All at Hoover's Thriftway in Burlington. Sale ends January 23rd.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Wildcat basketball here on the Dog tonight. the Burlington Invitational, and it's the Wildcats taking on the Buffaloes from Prairie View. A steal and driving the lane up with the shot. Brandon Nordstad gets the bucket, and he'll go to the charity stripe as that foul whistled down low on number 4, Justin Scott, picking up his first personal foul. And Nordstad gets the free throw to fall. 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and the Wildcats lead it 50-30 here to open this fourth quarter. Ball in the backcourt. Boddicker brings it across. Ball tipped away out of bounds. It'll stay with Prairie View. Scott was filling the lane from the backside, and Nordstad jumped in front, kicked that ball out of bounds, and it's Wildcat defense to take the position. They've cranked it up here in this second half of play. Ball stolen. Out in front goes Nordstad. Up and in. Chase Watkins led Brandon perfectly with that lead-out pass and finishes it off at the rim for the Cats. On the far side, steal by Hess in the backcourt. A reach in. We're going to have a possession tie-up back in the backcourt. It'll be Wildcat ball as Hess will play it in on the far sideline. Substitutes checking in. Number 3, Zach Goff, and number 14, Mason Walker, return to the lineup for the Buffaloes. Cats lead it by 22 here as they bring their 7-1 record, looking to move on up and get into the second round of the Burlington Invitational Tournament. Down low in the paint, Jeffers kicks out to Hess behind the arch. A 3 on the way is up and good. Taking Hess's second three-pointer of the night for the Wildcats. But coming the other way, Justin Scott goes coast to coast, gets the bucket to fall as the Wildcats defense slacked off. Jeffers drives down the lane, shot on the way, but he's fouled, and Connor is going to go to the line for the Wildcats to shoot a pair of free throws. Whistle and a foul as Blake Boddicker picks up his first personal foul. He's been held silent here in the second half. Only 2 points as he was in double figures in the first half of play. Free throw up and good for Connor. He'll set at the line for a second. This one is on the way, up and off the rim, no good. Rebounded out of there by Scott for the Buffs. In the backcourt, a whistle and a foul. Boddicker took the pass, and Nordstad was in his way. Shuffled his feet, and the turnover gives the ball right back to the Cats. Chase Watkins with the ball, inbounds. On the far side, Hess, ball tipped loose. Now we've got a whistle and a foul. Official comes to the scoring stand. Says number 33, Dayton Snyder, is whistled for his second personal. Now 5 team fouls on the Buffs. 6:15 remaining in the contest. The Wildcats lead it 56-32. They'll inbound to Jace Watkins, goes around the pick. Down the lane, kicks back out on top. Hess behind the arch, his 3 away. Up and good. Tegan Hess, 3 3-pointers on the night. He's got 13 points for the Cats in double figures. 5:55 on the clock here. And the Wildcats lead it. A whistle and a foul is going to stop the clock with the Cats up top 59-32. Number 5, Chase Watkins, picks up his second personal foul and sends number 33, Snyder, to the line to shoot 2 free throws. This one rims around and out. Won't find a home, but he'll be there for a second free throw attempt. Set at the charity stripe. This one is on the way. Up and rims off also. Couldn't hit the deal. The Buffaloes 0 for 3 from the charity here at the Burlington Invitational. Hess with the drive, kicks it back out to Jeffers. He's going down the lane. Give it up to Fiedler. Up and in. Nice job that time. Connor Jeffers going down the lane. Could have taken his own shot, but gave it up to Garrison Fiedler for the bucket. 61-32, Cats on top. Stolen ball. They'll lead out ahead to Watkins. Left-hand layup. Up and good. Jace Watkins. He's in double figures also for the Cats with 10 points tonight. And that should be a 63-32 margin here. The Cats on top. A whistle and a foul stops play as Brandon Nordstadt picks up his second personal foul. Now the 7th team foul. With a 31-point lead, we've gone to the running clock now. As stepping to the charity stripe, Justin Scott will be there for 1 plus a bonus. 4:45 on the clock. Scott sinks the first free throw, and he'll be there for a second. Back on the floor, number 11, Garrett Scott in the lineup for the Buffs. And he'll set for the second. Shot on the way is good for 2 in a row. 9 points on the night for the 6'1 sophomore, Justin Scott, in the lineup for the Buffaloes. As the Cats bring it across at the 4-minute mark, now a 29-point margin. Once it went over that 30 mark, it'll stay in the running clock. As a driving Jordan Torres gets his first bucket, split those defenders, and went all the way to the hoop for the Cats. Back on top, 34. Ball at the top, Snyder from behind the arch. A three on the way is up and good. Dayton Snyder gets one from behind the big arch on the top of the circle. Byer will bring it up for the Cats. Byer's had his career game tonight. Put the ball back into his hands as Carson with 16 points, the leading scorer for the Wildcats. Nordstadt with the dribble at the top of the circle. Looks on the right side. McManus with the ball high over his head, feeds it into Torres. Now back to McManus. Goes down to the baseline, cut off there. Skip pass will come to Nordstedt at the top of the circle. Coach Barrett on his feet, encouraging the Cats to run that offense. Not much freewheeling here. Down low to Mitch Taylor, turnaround shot up and good. Big Mitch goes to the hoop with that turnaround shot. Gets it to fall. And the Cats back to a 30-point lead, 67-37 with 2:30 left on the clock. Feed out pass ahead to Torres. Shot up, but he's pushed from the backside as number 11, Garrett Scott, picks up his second personal foul. And that'll send Torres to the line to shoot two. Substitute set to check in for Prairie View here. First free throw is on the way. It's up and good. And he'll be there for a second. Onto the floor, Taylor Burchard, the 6'1 senior for the Buffaloes, along with number 30, Michael Comer, into the lineup now. As we're under 2 minutes to play, Torres sinks his second free throw. A 69-37 margin now. Cats lead it here, as they're going to put a victory in the books and go 8-1 on the season for the Cats. Ball stolen, but back into the hands of Greg. They'll put it back on the top of the circle. Play the offense over the top side. A steal by Connor Jeffers. He'll bring it up across the timeline, gives it back out to Byer. They'll spread the offense out. Find Torres on the top, lays it down to Mitch Taylor. Turnaround shot, up and in. Mitch Taylor goes up and gets his 6th point of the night. That is his season high here. Another steal by McManus. He's going to go to the paint, lays it up off the rim, no good, and fouled on the way to the hoop. Connor McManus will go to the line for the Wildcats. He'll shoot a pair there. Number 3, Zach Goff, picks up his second personal foul tonight. And Connor couldn't get that first one to fall. He needs one to get in the hole so he can get in the scorebook for tonight. Second free throw is in and out, no good. Torres rebounds, can't get it to fall. Mitch with the putback won't fall. Ball loose on the floor. Everybody down for it. It's on the end line. As the clock continues to run, that's going to be Wildcat basketball to play it in. They give it to Mitch, and he stops it home. Big Mitch Taylor got the feed pass and dunks it. That's the end of the old ball game with the Burlington Wildcats taking a 73-37 victory over the Prairie View Buffaloes here tonight in the Burlington Invitational. Both Lady Cats and Wildcats get the win tonight. They'll be moving on to Friday night contest. They'll be right here at the Burlington High School gym. Lady Cats at 6:40 as they'll take on Paola. The Wildcats also match up against Paola in the 8:15 game on Friday. So we're going to get our stats together from tonight's victory for the Wildcats. Take a break for our sponsors of Burlington Lady Cat Wildcat basketball when we return after this 2-minute timeout.
If you've got just the right paint color in mind, don't settle for anything less. Head to Burlington Building Materials, located at 626 Neosho in Burlington, and experience a brand new paint department brought to you by Do It Best Quality Paints. Your home is your canvas, and whether you're looking for a functional neutral or a pop of the trending hue, the Colors Journeys experience at Burlington Building Materials has all the tools you need to help your vision come to life. Colors Journeys, your destination for
smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover Swiftway, 620-364-5523.
Napa know-how.
If you're looking for a great start to the new year, then Napa Auto Parts is just what you need. A dependable Napa Legend Premium battery with an 84-month warranty, the Napa Legend Premium will deliver great starts for the next several years. Plus, purchase one during January. You'll get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail, a new battery, and $20 back. Now that's a great start to the new year. Go NapaMocan.com or Napa Mocan on Facebook for more great offers.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
Back to courtside with your voice of the Wildcats, Jim Hills on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat basketball on the Dawg tonight. It's double victories. Lady Cats in the opening contest with a win 57-30 over Rock Creek. And the Wildcats finish off the nightcap 73-37 over the Prairie View Buffaloes. Prairie View put up a strong battle in that first quarter. The Cats led by 1, 14-13 at the end of the first quarter break. And then kicked it into high gear, outscoring the Buffaloes 21-10 in the second quarter. They kept their foot on the gas, extended that lead out to a 47-30 margin at the end of three quarters and win it going away 73-37. Leading scorer for the Buffaloes, the 6-foot junior, Blake Boddicker. Boddicker puts in 13. 11 of those were first half points as he was silenced in the second half of play. Justin Scott came on in the second half. He had 7 of his 9 total in that second half period. 6 points tonight from Garrett Scart. Both of those from behind the three-point arch. 5 points from Dayton Snyder and 2 each for Bryson Gregg and Riley Reinerson. On the Wildcat side of the ledger, 3 points from Connor Jeffers tonight, 4 from Jordan Torres, 5 points from Garrison Fiedler. That's right, Garrison, the big man down in the middle, was held to only 5 points, but a big defensive effort as he rejected shots all night long for the Wildcats. The big play from the big man, Mitch Taylor. He ends up with 8 points on the night, his season high. The final one coming on an inbound play. They put the ball in his hands. He goes up and dunks it home for the final score of the night. The crowd on their feet as Big Mitch Taylor finishes it off for the Cats and his season high 8 points. In double figures for the Cats tonight, Jace Watkins with 10, Tegan Hess with 13, 15 in the scorebook for Brandon Nordstadt, and the leading scorer for the Wildcats, Carson Byer, 16 points. He had 13 of those in the first half. He had 4 3-pointers of the Wildcats, 10 3-pointers on the night. So they get the victory in the first night of action at the Burlington Invitational. We haven't gotten a score from the other bracket. We do assume, as the number 1 seed, Rock Creek would get that victory and move on the other side of the bracket as the number 1 seed. But we do know this about Friday night's contest. It's going to be the Burlington Lady Cats taking on Paola at 6:40, and the Wildcats in the 8:15 game also take on Paola. You can tune us in right here at 6:40 on Friday night on the Dawg. Tune us in on the radio or the internet service, www.977 The Dawg. We'll be streaming it live right there. All your friends outside of the listening area can tune us in on the internet service as we'll bring you Lady Cat and Wildcat